The next one is this one, and I just want to say that I've been literally shocked that we used only one light for this. We've been using the PT4C LED tube on this side and had a little bit of fill, and this is actually have been pretty good on my side, and this light and this look gave me a little bit of contrast in here on this side. And we've got the fill in here. As you can see, we've got the light on her face, and this working pretty good on her. And I thought that, oh man, that will be bad because we don't have a lot of light for this shot, but worked pretty great. It made a lot of information on her face. It got a little bit of a drawing in here, and it's actually working pretty good. I thought it was like, no, this will be like fully filled. Actually, don't overstimulate, don't overthink, and just bring 1 or 2 lights that work with you, because if you will thinking that, oh, I need more light, I need more practicing, I need to get as much as I could, I need the foam, I need the blackout and everything else, it actually might work, but you don't have a budget on this, or you're actually overwhelmed about this. Well, sometimes it has to be simple, like as the name of the channel. It has to be a bunch of lights, like 2 or 1 or 2, and getting the shot. That's all. I actually like this shot because we have absolutely simple shots that we used, because we've got the Amaran F22C working in here. It was like 4000 Kelvin, as I remember. Hi, it's me from the future. So I just want to say that it wasn't the Amaran F22C, it was the actually non-light. When I was checking out the BTS of this scene, and I saw that it wasn't the F22C, it was the non-light pivot tubes. And enjoy the other part of the video. We actually used our window with the PavaTube 6C, and we've got one more thing. It was, of course, curtains. And we out-damaged this light because it was too much. It was in here, it was everywhere, like, but we didn't want to get too much moonlight in here, so I used the curtain and get the side of the light. So here it is, the same location, but the other angle. Thing is, that we don't have a lot of space in here, and we couldn't light much. I thought it would be working pretty good if I will get F22C booked on the other side. I've got the F22C lighting through the wall and bouncing back on her face, and you can see a little bit of glossiness, and this was actually pretty good. As you can see on this shot, it's actually bouncing back pretty good, and it was bouncing back from the wall, so that's why this shot is actually working pretty great in this scene. I absolutely love this shot. We have here first time used the anamorphic lenses, because we don't have as much space as we thought, because we didn't have a lot of space near the walls. So that's why we used the Sigma 18 to 35 in first scene, and after we get through anamorphic lenses 45mm in here, I actually love the orange socks. They looked so pretty good in here. Well, was working absolutely great in this scene. We actually used the top light of Amaran F22C. We've got only one this thing, and get a little bit of outside, but not the inside of her legs, because if we would get the full information on her legs, it would be so unlively, it would be so unrealistic, and that's why we got the top shot and put the Amaran F22C more like on this side to get as much contrast as we could. And we used one non-light PavaTube 6C to get a little bit of shadows, so that's why we have a little bit of shadows. We use like 2 or 3%, 4000 Kelvin. Yep, 4000 Kelvin. We shot this already on the daylight time, and now we wanted to get the nighttime. And that's why we used again the backlight. We used two non-lights PowerTube 6Cs that has been top lighting from the balcony, and using like orange color to get as much as could the warm type of look. That was lighting a practical, and this got like 2700 Kelvin. We used the book light again. We used Amaranth for 4000 Kelvin to get as much warmer as it could be. The scene in here was actually super stressful because our hero was talking with her mother, and we used the same lens and the same location, even though it was working pretty good to getting her in image. Now I just want to talk about this scene, and I absolutely love this scene because we were trying to light in like more clubbish, more super colorful entrance, and it looked like hell. So that's why it was working absolutely great. I used the Amaranth F22C to color this inside. It was like going to hell because her younger sister drunk, and that's why she's trying to back her up in her house. As you can see, there's a lot of movement, but it's a little bit laggy because I'm using the DaVinci to showing you that shot. I would cut this scene and I will show you right here, right now, because I actually trying to show you this part. And now we came to the scene where she was drinking, and I just want to say that I absolutely love this shot. It was actually improvised shot because one thing had happened. So when we were eating, we actually don't have a lot of people in there. We're like maybe 6 or maybe 8 people inside, and we needed 20 or more. And I thought like, okay, what we need to make it to make the scene as much as we could. I was eating out and I saw 2 bottles. Camera was set up on the director. It was, of course, turned, and near was 2 bottles that made us good framing. What if we will make 2 people staying near the camera and make a little bit of framing like they drinking shots or something else, and these people not gonna be lighted, and only them will be lighted with the F22C top shot. And I used 2700 Kelvin for this and made like 30 or 40%. It looked absolutely great. It worked as I thought, and I absolutely love the shot because it was super improvised. We tried to find a solution for this shot because we thought we gonna be ending the set because we don't have a lot of people. Another scene that I wanted you to show, there was like the last day of the set. It was actually exterior, and we used 2 lights. It was Blazer anamorphic 45mm lens, right? And we used 2 lights. One is F22C working like here. As you can see, is sliding a little bit of the seat, one side of her, and it was a little bit harsh. Not as I thought it would be as much, but it worked pretty well. And the next one is working PT4C, and it's sliding her outside. After this, we came to the close-up, and here we used F22C for the filling, and we changed the lighting scheme, and I used the F22C right here, and I used a PT4C on this side. And we've got a little bit of contrast here to get the creep in here and get a little bit of shadow outside of here. And this worked pretty actually good. They were truly minimalistic and getting as much depth as we could. I just don't want you to show like how is she smoking in this scene, but I've used the F22C right here. As you can see, it's working pretty good. We get the fill-in light, but more contrasty in here, and it's actually working on her back more to get her out of the shadow, because we have the dark outside, dark exterior, and we have the black t-shirt. So that's why we used only a little bit of getting out of her contrast. Here's the another scene. We actually used the exterior again and the nighttime again. We used 3 lights in here. We've been using f22C on this side, BT4C on this side, only for fill-in. As you can see, we've got a little bit of information in here. And we used 600C outside, out there. You can see there's harsh, super harsh light to get this information out, because we have a blank black spot. And that's why I thought that, okay, we need to use the 600C in here as much as we could. And we used the cold light because it was like super warmy inside, and I thought that would be super cool if we show the outside of a ballroom that we have harsh lights and super hard and cold. That is actually showing that the life is outside is much colder outside than the inside of the ballroom. So this is the scene that we used in our short film. I hope you like it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.